Our next guest is the founder of militarymutual.org and 21-year retired Navy veteran. Please welcome back to the show Derek Barksdale and his special guest from Workshop for Warriors, Hernan Luisi Prado.
Wow, well done on the pronunciation. Welcome, fellas, to the show. Really good. Wow.
Thank you.
That's incredible. LT, welcome back, man.
Glad to be back for sure.
Great to have you here. Hernan, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you.
LT, tell us why you wanted to bring Hernan on today.
Sure. Let me start by saying that as I grow through life and life continues to evolve for me, I find myself humbled in the fact that I come across all these divine appointments. And, you know, in life, you don't realize exactly why you're meeting someone or what a natural purpose may be in the future, but you know that there's something special. And Hernan and I were stationed on board the USS Macon Island 2009, and at that time we were talking about transitioning out of the military at that time, and just so happened that both of us were doing so at the same time. And he brought to light that he already had a company by the name of Workshops for Warriors that he had, and the whole sole purpose was really to give back to veterans. And I thought that that was amazing at the time, and I, of course, got into the real estate industry and kind of had a light purpose of giving back to the military. Ironically enough, after we kind of, he transferred first and I separated ways, I've been out building my business and with Military Mutual and Warrior Homes. He's been doing the same. Well, about a month ago, we met at a conference and I heard his voice and I said, you know what? It sounds familiar. And I went over there, I was like, oh, it's Hernan. And we sat down, we talked, and I found out what he was doing. I was like, man, that's exactly what we're looking for. And it's just special to know that those divine appointments come to fruition. And Hernan is a great guy with a great nonprofit organization. It's going to do some wonders for the veterans that are out there and for what Warrior Home is really going to do. And I think that we have some synergy that is going to work out really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, Hernan, I've never heard of anything like this before. Tell us about Workshops for Warriors.
Of course. Thank you. Workshops for Warriors is a 501c3 nonprofit with audited financials that is the only approved school in the United States of America that certifies, places veterans, wounded warriors, and transitioning service members into advanced manufacturing careers. Since 2008, we have 100% of our graduates placed and retained in full-time careers.
Wow, and this is 100% free.
It's completely free to the veterans and supported solely by individuals, foundations, and corporations. We receive no funding from local, state, or federal agencies.
Wow, we need to change that.
I agree.
We need to change that right away.
I agree.
I know some people, we'll talk, because that fits into a lot of things that are going on in the government level that I know about, just so happens. So we'll talk about that later. You need to get some government funding. That's unbelievable. When you say advanced manufacturing, what do you mean by that?
So, for example, in the United States of America right now, you have 2.3 million advanced manufacturing jobs that are unfilled due to lack of skilled labor. And for those of you that are not familiar with what advanced manufacturing is, those are things like CNC, that's computer numerically controlled, laser cutting, water jetting, 3D printing, machining, milling, fabrication. It's basically computer-driven equipment that makes everything that we see and use today. And the manufacturing is the #1 driver in America. For every manufacturing job that's created, 20 additional jobs are created. And most manufacturing jobs are anywhere in the $60,000 to $90,000 average range.
And you said how many of these jobs are still available?
2.3 million jobs are unfilled due to lack of skilled labor. To give you an idea, the governor of Michigan set out 2 teams over the last 5 months because they said that the state of Michigan was dead and they didn't even know it. And when I asked them what they meant, they said 40% of their workforce was retiring in the next 4 years, and an additional 40% were going to be retired in the next 10 years. Wow. And there were no other training pipelines identified in the U.S. for the types of skills that they needed. So we have Michigan vets that are being sent to San Diego to become trained as advanced CNC machinists, welders, fabricators, and machinery repair technicians, and they'll go back to Michigan.
Nice.
Wow. As we can hear the sound of freedom
Flying
above us
so
right now.
Freedom ring.
To give you an idea.
Perfect timing, I think. With that.
So those aircraft, for example, right now are being assembled, maintained, and built by people that are closer to 65 years old than to 20. So in 15 years, who's going to build the buildings that are behind us, the aircraft, the ships, and the bridges that we need in America? And as we get older, our pacemakers, our spine implants.
Oh my
You
gosh,
think
the list
it's
goes
funny,
on.
but there are 70 million baby boomers that are retiring in the next 15 years that are going to be replaced by 30 million Gen X and Yers.
Yeah.
So those 30 million better understand how to do things better, faster, and more efficiently than their older generation, because there just are not as many people that are going to do the same things.
Now, I know it's free to the veterans,
Mhm.
but I also know it's not free.
No.
It costs money. Okay. How much does it cost to get a student through your school?
So it costs about $12,000 every semester, which is 4 months, to get one student through our program, and $25,000 if you pay them a stipend. And if you think about it, if you were cut off tomorrow, no bank accounts, no job, and you still had mortgage, kids in school, car payments, groceries, credit card bills, if you think unemployment benefits going to cover that, you are sorely mistaken.
Yeah.
So in order to give some veterans an opportunity to focus on school and not on survival, we found that about anywhere from $2,000 to $2,500 a month of a cash stipend is the perfect sweet spot that enables them to focus on school for 4 months and then get out. And that $12,000 to $25,000 scholarship or stipend gets them a minimum $18 an hour job at the end of 4 months.
That's huge. And everyone can participate, right, in this. Everyone can help because anyone can donate money.
Absolutely. In fact,
Right.
if you go to our website or
Yeah.
if you call, hopefully you'll see the website right on the bottom of the screen
It's right
there.
there. It's right there.
Right now we have a $500,000 challenge grant through the Gene Haas Foundation for scholarships to our school. They've been one of our biggest donors to our school. We have another $500,000 for a capital campaign. We're building the largest advanced manufacturing training center in the world here on San Diego. And it'll be right here in our city on Main Street.
That is awesome.
Great.
That is fantastic. I encourage anyone, hey, listen, if you want to get involved, you can help. I mean, $100, $50, whatever it is that you can spare easily, you can give to this great cause and help put these veterans back to work. But not just back to work, in a career. In a career that they can have for the rest of their life, something that they absolutely deserve. Hernan, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate you being here.
Thank you
and
so
all the
much.
great work you're doing out there in the community. Mr. Barksdale, another great guest. Thank you so much for all the work you're doing out there,
It's
my
my
friend.
honor.
Yeah, Derek, one thing that I'd like to bring up, if you don't
Sure.
mind, is that I know in this area where it's really tough to figure out who's who in the zoo in terms of what nonprofit to donate money to, I would encourage your viewers to look at the metrics that they look at for their nonprofits. For example, 88% of all monies donated to Workshops for Warriors, 88% goes straight to programs. We've had 60 years of audited financials. We've never had a financial discrepancy, ever. We have 100% placement and retention. We have almost 100 people going through our classes every 8 months with nationally recognized portable credentials, and that's the key. They're the passport for financial freedom. So I would encourage people to come by, visit, and read more about us or view us online. Thank you.
I would absolutely do the same. And stick
Thank
around
you.
for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else, commercial free.